All right, Chad. This one is going to be interesting because I'm actually on the fence about Candace Owens. I used to like her, now I'm like a little iffy about her, and a lot of people are saying she's going crazy. So let's watch this Asmon video and see what's going on. We'll give you our opinions and everything, but make sure you guys like and subscribe for more reactions, gameplay, and video game news, and future big giveaways coming in the near future. So let's watch.
To just take a breather and really process everything that happened with Charlie and what it kind of means in terms of where we are. And I think it is a circumstance where we just know that he was truly betrayed in one of the most egregious ways that I think I've ever seen. It has made me lose faith in politics. It has made me fully lose faith in Trump. And my heart aches for the fact that he gave so much of his life to Trump and to politics. And
what's she talking about?
Just were like, nope, that is it.
So is she saying Trump killed him? This is news to me. I've heard the, Israel line, but I've never heard the Trump thing.
It serves us or it doesn't serve us, and we want to move on. And so here's a holiday. Bro, if they try to give me a holiday, what is with them?
I will say everything with that whole the funeral thing was kind of weird. Seemed like a party, not like a memorial. And his wife, the way she's been acting is weird to me. I'll be honest. I don't know if you saw Nick Fuentes talk about it. It's just kind of weird in my opinion.
Giving people a holiday after they kill them. Why is that a thing? You know what I mean? Like, oh, Martin Luther King, what about this holiday? What about this boulevard? Anyways, let me knock it off. Like, they're going to give Charlie Kirk a boulevard. They already did. They did in Israel. They gave him freaking boulevard. It's like, as soon as they give you a boulevard and a holiday, they definitely killed you. Okay, there's no question. They killed you. There's no way. That's like their signature thing. It's like that's what they do. It's the Fed signature. It's how they sign off after they murder you. They're like holiday and a boulevard. And it's never on a nice side of town either. Like Charlie Kirk Boulevard is not going to be a nice side of town. Anyways, I will be back on the 27th, you guys. Thank you guys for all the support throughout these couple of weeks. These last really kind of 6 weeks since Charlie died.
Wouldn't it be funny if the boulevard's in like Compton or something?
And we will see you guys then.
She is really, she's really been on one, huh? Like,
because I'm telling you, I don't even think these people are human. Like, I look at Elon Musk and Sam Altman and leading people into AI. I have always sensed this demonic because I'm telling you, I don't even think these people are human. Like, I look at Elon Musk and Sam.
Well, that's what Tucker Carlson says. Like, everything that's going on is spiritual, right? So that would mean these are like demonic things going on, right?
Altman and Peter Thiel. And I'm pretty sure they're hybrid. You know what I mean? Like they just look like an Apple software that I should be able to download at night, like my phone's getting an update or something. It's something in the eyes. Like, I don't know. I'm like, I know I'm human, but I don't know if I stabbed you if you bleed, I'm not going to stab them, but I don't know if they bleed all the way. I think a battery would fall out. You know what I mean? And I just get that sense. I've always known it was demonic. And people just get on board because, as we talked about in this book, they are using science and this idea of technology and this idea of...
Bro, I don't know about all this. But I don't trust that Peter Thiel guy. I'm not for Peter Thiel. I know Asmon says he has no problem with Peter Thiel, but this is also one point I disagree with Asmon. I'm not a Thiel boy.
Transforming society for the better to indoctrinate us into accepting this, and it's wrong and it's backwards, and the main component of all of this is psychology, right?
Yeah, bro, that interview with Nick Fuentes. That was the end.
Dude, that interview made me start questioning actually a little bit about Candace Owens, because I was really excited for that interview because I thought they're going to have a really, really good debate about the topics, everything going on at the time. And it turned into her kind of being a little bitchy to him, to be honest. And like the comments she was saying, kind of Karen-ish and a little rude. Like I was kind of like, ooh, man, Candace Owens is showing a color I've never seen before, a side of her I've never seen before. And when after that I found out, Nick Fuentes did the whole episode about her, I watched it. I listened to like the clips here and there, and finding out about her relationship with her husband, how that all started, that's when some red flags started for me with Candace Owens. Like I said, I've watched her show. I still watch her show when I have the time. But the arrangement with her husband is weird. If you guys don't know about it, they supposedly only knew each other for 2 weeks or something like that. They never talked before. There's like a podcast or a clip of him talking about there's nothing romantic about it. He just thought she was a fierce, strong woman, and he knew he needed to have her or something like that. And they got married within like 2 or 3 weeks of knowing each other, and they never went on a date. They never really talked. They had like 2 Skype calls, I guess, before they got married or something like that. It's very strange arrangement there. It's like, and he's tied to some money in the UK. It's like, I don't know about that, bro.
It really was. That sent her over the edge. Like, I'll show you all a clip from that, and you'll see.
They're able to do it because of psychology, making you think that society has gotten better. Our kids have objectively gotten dumber. We've become fatter. We've become less healthy.
Mm-hmm.
We've become less emotionally sound. And yet they are convincing us that this is like humanity's great leap forward. We put a man on the moon, and he just like called him up and was like, "Hey, Prez, what's up? I'm up here. Yeah, it's so cool."
Is she just soft launching the fact that the moon landing is fake?
Okay. We're not believing in the moon landing, are we? Am I too conspiracy weird here? Is this? I don't think the moon landing happened. Like, we've never gone back. We've never gone back, dude. And they said we lost the technology. Like, that's the weirdest thing, right? Come on, we don't believe in the moon, do we?
Like, cause I feel like she's just kind of throwing that one in there as like a, oh yeah, by the way type situation, isn't she?
It's really great. It's nice. Starry night up here. Cabinet texture, I go by in 69, and they get these people, they tell you like he's a genius. They're all writing like he's a genius, so we should just accept that Elon Musk is a genius, because like all the writers who are obviously indoctrinated into the occult are telling us that this is the next person that we should worship. The establishment of Hollywood. It was all cults. They were all Aleister Crowley proteges who were just raping kids and summoning demons. And demons.
Okay, in her defense, there's a lot of weird stuff that's happened, guys. I don't think Asmon is as in tuned to a lot of the stuff she's done research on in her videos. There's a lot of weird stuff. I'm not saying it's all real. I'm not saying like there's just a lot of weird things, like the what's it called? I don't even know if I can say the name on YouTube. The organization George W. Bush was in the forest. Like weird stuff like that, you know?
Damn, so that just got that went up real quick. Wow. She done? I mean, to be fair, Aleister Crowley did try to join an organization because they could cast spells and shit, and it was a secret organization, and he did do that. But as far as I know, he didn't cast any spells. And whenever he got a lot older, that was a try. Well, yeah, he tried to do it. I mean, of course, like he was into, I think he went to like Oxford or something like that. He was a British guy. And, you know, he did that. He did join it. Yeah, no, he said he casted spells, but I never saw one. We never saw.
Well, I don't see air. And air is real, right?
A spell like that he did. Like, and so no, he went in on it. Like he was in on it for a while.
So he knows more than I thought he does.
Demons are real. So at the same time that they're summoning demons, they are making us all believe that faith is not real. And that has been, I think, the greatest.
So they want, just real quick, I'm going to just take this back just so we can just make sure we put all this in context real quick. One more again.
And demons are real. So at the same time that they're souls, they were all Aleister Crowley proteges who were just raping kids and summoning demons. And demons are real. So at the same time that they're summoning demons, they are making us all believe that faith is not real. And that has been, I think, the greatest...
Which, by the way, doesn't even logically make sense. Even if you can summon demons from an alternate universe, that doesn't mean that God's real. Like this is like even inside of the framing that you're creating, it still doesn't even make you right.
See, this is where a lot of my and Asmon's opinions will vary, because like I do believe in faith in God, and I believe is he agnostic or atheist? I'm not sure, but I think if there are demons, then that is inherent proof there's a God, because they're literally from that. If you want to say that lore, they're from that lore.
The greatest trick that the devil ever played, right, is making people think that he didn't exist, and making people atheist, making people believe that there's nothing, like you're here for a moment in time.
Well, no, it doesn't. It doesn't, because demon is is a word that you're assigning to them. You're assigning this word to an otherworldly creature. This happened in World of Warcraft with the Worgen. In fact, actually, this is how I've thought about this. And so the Worgen were summoned from an alternate reality as well, but they really weren't that crazy or different. It's just they were from another world. So no, that's just because you summon an otherworldly creature, it still doesn't mean that you summoned a demon. Even if you call the demon, it doesn't mean it's a demon, because a demon implies that there's like an entire mythology around that thing's existence, and that's not defined. So it
is defined, though, if you believe in Christianity and you believe in the Bible. That's where the lore starts. It starts from old writings that have stuff.
It's just not even true. Like it's not even inside of the context of what she's saying. It's not even true. It's the retarded.
And it allows them to further tether us to their reality and to their God, which is money.
Yes.
Right. Well, if you truly knew and believed, like I do, I actually know that this is not it. Like I know this is not it.
Yeah.
But
she
if
knows.
you truly believed that, you wouldn't sell your soul. People think that that's just like an expression. Oh, he sold his soul. No, you are literally selling your soul. Like when you tell lies and you go down a path of lying because you're so afraid of not having the security of a paycheck, or you're willing to do something terrible to maintain that job.
This goes against even the okay, so that's not even true. Because like inside of like the Church of Satanism, Aleister Crowley and everything, there's a process of giving up your soul to Lucifer. Like this is already like you don't even know what you're talking about. Like you're so dumb that you don't even realize it. What is this?
It is funny to see Asmon crash out on this stuff, right? It's always like whenever we get into like and dude, I would love to have him like do like a collab with somebody about like this kind of topic. I would love to see that. I'd love him to like dive into it. But I know this is not what his beliefs lead to. So it's always interesting to see somebody that I have a lot of respect for in his thought process talk about stuff like this, because I just don't agree with a lot of it.
You do? Yeah.
But I do say that Candace is coming off a little unhinged lately. A little much for the average person. And she's coming off a lot of kooky for a lot of people. But a lot of things she's saying too is just, all of it's just weird. Like everything, the whole Charlie Kirk situation is weird. Like everything about it is weird. The whole world is weird right now.
There's a process. There's a whole process to doing this.
Keeping your mouth shut to maintain that job. We're seeing it right now with the Charlie Kirk case, right? You're selling your soul. Like there's a life after this. They have made you pledge your allegiance to their dollar because they know life is going on.
Yeah.
They know that. They want you to literally sell them your soul. That's my personal belief. It's why I am.
Was Aleister Crowley expelled from the Golden Dawn? The Golden Dawn was the secretive wizard society that he was a part of. Was he expelled from it? I don't remember.
I am impressed though that he knows like even this. Like I am really impressed that Asmon knows this. Like to even answer that question is, in my opinion, not many people know that kind of stuff.
I don't remember that's deep. Like I don't remember that or not. I think maybe I don't remember.
Religious. It's why I speak about
yes.
My faith openly, because I just know if this is not it, and I just know these people are demons. Like I don't know. They just like look at the way they breathe. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah. Look at the way they breathe.
See comments like that. Look at the way they breathe. You know, I'll be honest, I haven't really looked at the way they breathe, so maybe I'll look next time. But comments like that, I think, is what derails the people who think that this is all illogical and stuff like that. So, like, stuff like that is just probably things that she shouldn't be saying if she wants to get people on her side, because look how he breathes. If I stab him, a battery's gonna come out. It's like, you should be saying stuff like, hey, these guys believe in transhumanism. They've said that they want to be a AI entity. They want to eventually plug into the grid and forget about their human bodies. I think maybe they've already started. Not like, oh, if I stab on battery acid's coming out. Like,
and I'm like, look, I don't know, no. But
somebody's laughing in the background.
Droid, obviously.
Even they realize this shit's crazy.
We'll be back on Monday. Full steam ahead. Just really needed
I'm not gonna listen to this fucking audio. This audio is so fucking bad. And so
politics, and they just were like, nope, that is it. It serves us or it doesn't serve us, and we want to move on. And so here's a holiday.
I'll be honest, the husband thing really makes me question her credibility. The whole husband story. You guys should really take time to check that out if you guys haven't already.
Hey, bro, if they try to give me a holiday, what is with them giving people a holiday after?
The federal government, the Trump administration, killed Charlie Kirk is the claim.
That's a lot. That really, like, I'm telling you, and like.
So after COVID, I don't think anything's, out of the realm of possibility. But you can't really just be saying stuff like that without, like, facts. You need to have a definitive X, Y, and Z to get you there. You just can't say things, because then they're gonna ridicule you like they're doing right now. They're gonna call you crazy and stuff. Even if she was right, let's just hypothetically say in a world where she's right now, people, even if she exposes it later, they're not gonna believe it because they have these clips here and they're gonna be like, "Whoa, she's crazy."
This was the beginning of the end. This was the beginning of the end right here.
If you are, do you attend the Mass?
I do.
Do you go every Sunday?
I do, yeah.
Okay, so you're like a committed Catholic. Then obviously, the perspectives on family. I mean, I personally, and this would be me lecturing, but I just feel like you really have no idea who you are until you start a family. And whether that means just marriage, some people who are struggling to have children, okay, fine. But there's such a growth that happens because of that I think it informs your beliefs in so many ways. And I think that was a huge turning point for me. Like, I wonder if I had been pressed with everything that happened last year, if I didn't have like the unshaken faith and my family, what would I have done? And sometimes when I see the things that you say, I do think, okay, he doesn't take into account family. Like, it's just Nick. Nick is in his own world.
So in the Bible, it talks about how, like, you're supposed to create disciples and spread the word. And one way of creating a disciple is having a family. But there are prominent people in the Bible who are not, like, family orientated, and they go and they commit their life to spreading the gospel and stuff like that. So it's not like what she's saying right now is like, so it's kind of contradictory to her own beliefs in a way. Because yeah, the family is important, but it's not always the most important. It's the hierarchy is God, family. And so if Nick Fuentes is also in the same boat as her, and he's putting God first and doing what he thinks needs to be done by preaching the gospel, preaching truth, and like talking about politics, that's his truth, then that goes above the family and the hierarchy of God and the way it goes. Again, clips like these where she's saying stuff like this, it kind of, I think, hurts her credibility and gives people who want to ridicule her fuel for their fire.
Which can be, I think, a quite selfish perspective, which is fine. That's what you're saying. You like being selfish is another way to say what you just said. I like being selfish. And
this is what I'm talking about. The kind of catty, bitchy tone of this interview. It's like, oh, well, you like being a piece of crap. You like being selfish, and I get that because you're a piece of crap. Like, this whole interaction right here is uncalled for.
I don't want to give of myself to somebody else. But
well, I also think there's something selfless involved, which is to say, I could go and start a family and drag them into a world of mine, which is pretty chaotic. You know, I mean, is this really the kind of a lifestyle? If I'm banned on everything and I can't make a living, I'm banned from banking, I'm banned from credit card processing, I'm getting doxxed, people are showing up to my house trying to kill me, things like that. And what's more, I mean, let's also get, you know, I also don't appreciate the lecture. You don't know me, you know, so I know you're married, I know you're older than me, but you don't know me. You don't know my life. You don't know my situation. I don't think you're in a position to give me advice, especially as a woman, honestly.
But he's right, though. He's right,
This
though.
really, bro, this was the end.
I don't think women, you know, this is something in the right
This
wing.
was
We
the
say we're
end.
anti-feminist, and then women go around telling men what to do who are not their husbands. And, you know, I don't really buy into that ideologically, but that's besides the point. You know, my life has been tumultuous from the very beginning.
Oh shit! And then this was the one. Oh my god! I don't even know if I can watch this one. But this was the end. Yes, the scrambled her brain. Yeah, this was it.
Oh,
This radicalizer. Watch. I think I can.
I'm trying to understand if you're actually
he says that a certain race is just inherently dumber. That's what this clip is about.
you think that it's all black people are like this, or if your world is kind of colored by this is what's going on in America, this has failed for 1,000 reasons. Welfareism has definitely, like, I mean, black people in 1940s stand up. My grandfather, I talk about that denigration and the corrosion of culture. That's happening. White, black, whatever you want to name it, there is this intentional corrosion of culture. So do you think it's literally, well, this is just what a black person is when they come out? Or do you think that post welfare, LBJ, Great Society, this is what black Americans have become, and I have a right to respond to that and say that as a white man, I don't want to live there?
Well,
We probably have to pause this a couple times for YouTube. You know, I don't want to get in trouble. Asmon's safe. They're not going to ban Asmon, but maybe me, I'll get banned. So let's just pause a couple times here.
you know,
This was it.
See, he had the same idea. Give it a quick pause.
think it's more nature than people would like to believe. You know,
This
there's
was
this
it.
classic tension of, is it nature, is it
He's talking
nurture,
over
is
it.
it cultural, or is it intrinsic, is it racial? And I've always been on the latter side of this among conservatives. Conservatives like to say it's all culture. Black America is the way it is because of hip hop music and the Great Society and that kind of stuff. And I think the uncomfortable reality is a big part of it is intrinsic. You know, one of the big arguments against the abolition of slavery in the 1860s.
He actually is going there. He goes on her show. Yep.
And this is why everybody fears Nick Fuentes. This is why people don't want him on the show, because he says he's a very articulate person. Like, he's similar to like an Asmongold. If you don't like Asmongold, if you don't like Nick Fuentes, that's fine. But you have to give them credit. They are good. They have really good insight. They have the ability to persuade and debate well. Like I said, you know, there's not everything I agree with Asmon, but for the most part, I think it's very good takes. And Nick Fuentes, he's a very gifted speaker. That's why Tucker Carlson called him a gay boy in Chicago in a basement. Because he's like, he knows how good of a gifted speaker he is.
As I said, I think this, and also the other thing is the reception to this was overwhelmingly, you know, I'm not giving a statement on this. Overwhelmingly, a lot of people agreed with Nick. That's what happened.
Is that, you know, when Europeans colonized Africa, they hadn't discovered the wheel. There's no two-story buildings. There's no writing. There's no written language. Missionaries had to go to Africa in the last century and invent it for the African people because there's no recorded history. They didn't have writing.
So Egypt is not in Africa.
Well, Egypt is a different race. The Egyptians were not black.
Okay, but you said when they went to Africa, so I just want to...
The interior of Africa in the late 19th century, scrambled for
so
Africa.
we're now knocking Egypt out of Africa.
Well, Egypt is part of northern Africa,
Right, but
sub-Saharan
it's
Africa.
You said Africa, so it's not. I'm not trying to be. I'm not trying to get a gotcha. I'm just responding.
See, this is what I'm talking about. When I was watching this, I was like, I just can't. Like, why is she doing this? Like, she's coming off as so petty and like so like it is a gotcha. She is getting a gotcha on him. And Aspen does have a point, dude. This is where her, like where any of her downfall started was right here.
You're saying
Okay, sure.
Africa.
Yeah.
It's in Africa. It's Egypt. It's kind of ridiculous to say there was no written language.
Well,
so I'm just trying to get you to
sure.
you know,
Egyptians are not African.
Man.
I'm not pushing back. The internet will. So, you know.
Egyptians are not racial Africans.
The internet did push back. That's the problem.
Again,
When I say African, I'm saying sub-Saharan African.
Sub-Saharan, okay.
Black
say that.
people yeah, because it is a different race. In sub-Saharan Africa, and Europeans did not penetrate that until late 19th century. They didn't have any of this. To the extent that you have infrastructure in Africa, it's from the Muslims in the Sahel and the Maghreb in northern Africa, where the Arabs colonized. And then you had, Carthage and Egypt. You had ancient civilizations. But sub-Saharan Africa, they didn't have that. You take these people out of that land and put them here, and they're enslaved people. You let them free in a...
So this definitely... I think this was the beginning of the end for Candace Owens.
I would agree for
This
some people,
was it.
yeah.
I think this interview and the response to this interview that happened, I think it broke her.
Well, it was just such bad. Like, she did this interview. She promised she's going to do this interview. And then she put it behind a paywall, which was already disgusting, right? People were like, what's going on? We've been waiting for this. You guys are supposed to be on the same side, right? Supposedly they're on the right, fighting the woke left, right? And she's putting it behind a paywall. They don't even talk about like the actual topics that people care about. She has all this condescending tone. She's kind of attacking Nick. And then you see this, and the guy is pretty respectful. She didn't like what he had to say, but he's pretty respectful. He could have been like, you know what, you're being a bitch. I'm leaving, but he doesn't. He doesn't say anything rude. He just says, hey, I don't really like you lecturing me and stuff. I don't like your tone. He's pretty respectful, guys.
I think that after this interview, there was Candace Owens before this interview. Why? I don't know. Why though? I could come up with a number of different reasons why, right? I mean, like, I could start theorizing and, socio-analyzing and everything, but at the end of the day, it happened. She got 5K more live views than you, so how is this the end? Does Candace Owens get 250 live, like what would it be like? So I get like, let's say 50K viewers, right? Does that mean that she gets like 200 and like there's no way she gets that many, right? How many people watch her? Like, cause how many views does she go?
She's getting a lot. She's getting a lot of views, dude. Like a lot. So I don't know if it's more than has been between all platforms, but she's killing it right now. After Charlie Kirk, she's killing it, dude. No pun intended.
YouTube. Is there there's got to be like a channel they upload, because she's uploading each video has a lot of views, but there's a very, very slow frequency of videos, so it's harder for me to gauge. But she is popular. I'm not.
You have to go to the live stream. So I don't know who runs her channel, but like it's like hidden. She doesn't show her live streams. You got to go to live stream. She streams every day, except for right now. I guess she's on like a 2-week break. But you go to live streams every day. They're huge numbers, dude. They're huge.
I'm not saying that she isn't popular. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that, again, this definitely broke her. It did. It broke her. Like, it did. And if people don't want to see it, she's incredibly popular. She is. But if y'all think that this interview did not do damage, and this interview did not have anything, it did not do anything, I think that you are out of your mind. I think that it 100% did. I think that it played a role. And anybody that's trying to act like it didn't, I think is just going off and trying to do it for one specific reason. And that's it. It broke her brain. It is.
Well, just for instance with me, I'm saying I used to follow her, watch her and stuff. And after that interview, I started questioning a little bit like, this is kind of interesting that Nick Fuentes brought up her husband's meeting and courtship and how that happened. I've never actually heard her talk about her husband, how they met and stuff. And then when you start looking into it, it's freaking weird, dude. So it what is this? What is this? We might have to watch this next. But yeah, it is extremely it is damaging. Nick Fuentes is so after that interview, Nick Fuentes started getting more popular. And then after Charlie Kirk, he started getting more popular. So that interview really helped him as well. So if he started rising from that interview, then that kind of indicates that he won or helped him more than her. So therefore probably hurt her, right? That's the logic we could come up with. But I do think this is a topic that is kind of hard to 100% trust in everything, like his Asmongold's judgment here, because he has no, like, from my understanding, he has no faith. I think he's atheist, right? I think so. He has no faith, and then Candace Owens is coming from a place of faith. It might be kooky to some people, but she is trying to come from a place of faith. So it's hard to have somebody who has no faith argue or talk about somebody who is coming from a place of faith, because they're on two different spectrums. So, but I do, like I said, I do agree with a lot of Asmon's points here, and a lot of his points in general. But I do think you need to be more on the faith to faith if you're gonna have 100% critique of what she's going after here. But I was shocked that he knew a lot of it, though. I was shocked a lot of it he does know. The guy's just a smart dude. Like Nick Fuentes and Asmongold, they're just smart guys. And if you're smart, you can do well. So that's the video, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Like I said earlier, we're gonna be doing some giveaways here when the channel starts hitting some milestones. When the channel is successful enough to actually support it, we're gonna be doing like giveaways of like new games when they come out. Like when a new game comes out, we talk about it. We'll be giving out giveaways to members only. Maybe some consoles here in the next, when we can. But the biggest one I want to do, the big one, the main dream is to give a gaming PC out. Hopefully the channel is successful enough to do that one day. That's my first goal. Like my main real goal is to have that happen. Like, can you imagine if I gave away like a $3,000, $4,000 like top end gaming computer one day? That'd be awesome. So have a great night, guys. I will see you for the next video. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, and more reacts, more videos of video game news and drama and culture. And we're streaming on Twitch. So I'll see you guys there.